I should have known. The signs were there, but I ignored them, convincing myself that love, our love, was unshakable. But love, I've learned, isn't an anchor. It can slip, loosen, and drift without warning. It started with a text. I wasn't the type to snoop, and maybe that was my mistake. I trusted her. But that night, as she slept beside me, her phone lit up. A name I'd never seen before. Or so I thought. I didn't check it then. I let it slide. I turned over, pulled the blanket up, and told myself it was nothing. But nothing became late-night phone calls she'd step out of the room to take. Nothing became a distant look in her eyes, a hesitation in her kiss. Nothing became an absence in our home, even when she was sitting right beside me. I asked her, once, just casually, "Is everything okay?" She smiled, too quickly, too easily. "Of course. Work's just been exhausting." I should have pushed harder. Weeks passed. She started coming home later, and even when she was here, she wasn't here. The laughter that once filled our home felt muted, scripted. And then, one night, she said she was going out with friends. I didn't question it. I should have. But something gnawed at me, something heavy and dark in my gut. So I did what I never thought I'd do. I looked at her phone. I wish I hadn't. The messages were there. His name, a name I recognized now. Her first love. The one she had told me about years ago with a wistful smile and a shake of her head saying, "That was another lifetime." It wasn't. I read everything. The rekindled memories, the longing, the regret that she'd buried and then dug up again. I read the confessions, the promises, the stolen moments I hadn't even realized were stolen. My hands shook. My vision blurred. When she came home that night, she found me sitting in the dark. She knew. The moment she saw my face, she knew. And I saw it. The guilt, the shame. But not regret. Not the kind I needed to see. "How long?" My voice barely sounded like mine. She hesitated. That told me everything. I wanted to yell, to break something, to demand why. But in the end, all I could do was whisper the only thing that mattered. "Do you love him?" Her silence was the answer that shattered me.